Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of RE/MAX Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Community Health. We have 8 locations to serve you better. Our staff is dedicated to help you and your family. Here's your host, Vicki Soulé.
And good morning. Welcome to Community Conversations. Community Conversations is really not just a weekly announcement of different things that are going on, but really based on the idea that good health is good for everyone. And it's not limited anymore, as it was maybe 50 years ago, to just talking about medicine type things or even pharmaceutically related things. We also at Treasure Coast believe in taking care of people from the top of their head, behavioral health, to the bottom of their toes. Those of you diabetics that are out there know exactly what I'm talking about. But good health is more than just visiting primary care providers. It's all about what we do in our off times, what we'd like to do, and the world around us and how that interacts with general health. So today, by word of that little lead in there, I have with me Kendra Cope. Kendra has been with us before, yes, and most of us think of her as the turtle lady. Sorry, Kendra.
I do have that title. It's okay. I don't mind it.
But tell us again the official name of your organization and a little bit about what you've been doing lately.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vicki, for allowing me to be here. I am the founder and executive director of Coastal Connections. We are a 501c focused on conservation and sustainability within our community, all to help protect sea turtles and, bringing our community to be part of that conservation success story.
So from March until now, it's been about turtle walks, turtle dives, turtle everything.
Yep.
But that season is kind of coming to an end.
Yes.
And yet you are not sitting around wondering what you're going to do between now and March.
We're always busy. Oh, I can't help myself, right? We have such a great team that encourages us to continue to doing so many amazing programs and events and offerings for our community. So when we're not in sea turtle nesting season, we are really focusing on our sustainability initiative, and that is called Vero Goes Zero. Have you heard of it, Vicki?
I have. It's the recycling project.
Yes, yes.
So it's, again, a bit of additional information, education, and action on behalf of all of us to make our world a more sustainable place for our children, our grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren.
Exactly. Environmental health and helping save sea turtles can come in so many different approaches or fashions, or, anyone and everyone can be a part of that. And no matter if you live by a beach or not, and Vero Go Zero really focuses on that because we're helping reduce our single-use plastics that get stuck in our environment or don't make it to a landfill. And we're helping increase our recycling opportunities, or how we recycle. We want to make sure that we're always doing it the right way. And that's really what this initiative is about.
So you've got something coming up just this next Saturday.
Yeah. So next Saturday is a big international movement. We're super excited to be a part of this event again. It's called International Coastal Cleanup. In our county, this event is hosted and organized by Keep Indian River Beautiful, but Coastal Connections is a site captain this year.
Yay.
We will be at Riverside Park, and we're going to be co-captains with the Environmental Learning Center and Orca. So it's going to be a big group. We're super excited to join hands for an amazing cause and clean up our waterways.
So when we meet at Riverview Park,
in Vero Beach.
Riverside Park, then you're really looking at the lagoon area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because our lagoon is ultimately connected to our oceans and our beaches, and they're all part of a massive coastal ecosystem. And sea turtles can actually be found in both our nearshore reefs, on our beaches, and in the Indian River Lagoon.
As are the crabs. I'm waiting for the crab migration. When I came here the first year, my husband and I were walking down A1A, and we heard this in the bushes, and we were like, wow, do they have big rats here or what? Because it was a lot of noise in the brush. And then we turned around and there were like 3 of them chasing each other across A1A. And we were like, oh my gosh, what's going on here?
The blue land crabs are some of the coolest creatures I have seen around Florida's coastline. And they make that migration which now means they have to cross our major highways like A1A in order to reproduce. So they have to move from their traditional mangrove habitat over to more of a beachside habitat, and that's where they reproduce.
And they do that according to the moon, the stars, the water temperature, what?
It's all based on the time of year. So there are some certain triggers. I'm not 100% aligned with them, so I'm not a crab expert, but I do know it always happens around kind of that later in the year time frame, which always correlates to when our visitors come back down to visit.
It does. So I'm hoping that someone will see this on a Facebook post that they've missed while they were up north, or maybe they'll hear us on iHeartRadio, and they'll say to themselves, I have to find out more about that.
That's a good idea for a new Fun Fact Friday post. There you go. We'll put it out there.
Okay. Because, again, I thought it was like crinkling plastic. And, of course, if there are things in the way, whether it's turtles or crabs or anything else, that debris that kind of floats up and then gets stuck by the wind into a bush or a tree root or whatever, that does cause them not only hazardous living conditions, but even migration. So we need to take care of those things.
Absolutely. And that's our responsibility. We're the ones who put it there in the first place.
Accidentally, perhaps, but nonetheless, it is, it is our job, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what kinds of things are going on Saturday? Do we need to bring buckets or hats, gloves for the conservation, the International Conservation event?
So for this Saturday, which is September 18th, the International Coastal Cleanup Day will go on from 9 to 11 in the morning. If you're going to join our team over at Riverside Park, no need to bring any of your own equipment. We're going to have bags, buckets, gloves, sanitizer, data sheets, all the things that we need in order to not just clean up our waterways and our waterfront parks, but to also collect valuable information to support and provide to decision makers like our government officials or other individuals who make policies and rules. And that way they can be more informed when making those major decisions to help protect our environment. So.
Now, about 2 years ago already, we started looking at restaurants and their disposables. And I know there was a big effort underway along A1A's restaurants to get rid of the plastic straws.
Yep.
Does your data show that refuge that blows back onto our shores, is that not as much plastic straws anymore as other things?
So that's a really fantastic question, Vicki, and that really comes back to the fact that plastic does not always stay in one piece. When it photodegrades after being in the environment for a long time, it can break down into smaller and smaller pieces, but the actual material, that chemical structure itself, doesn't disappear. And so a lot of our data, especially when we're doing beach cleanups, which we do weekly, with our team.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, right. We do those a lot. But a lot of the data that we get back actually shows more small plastic pieces, hard plastic pieces that we pick up. However, we do frequently still pick up a number of full straws, but our most common item is cigarette butts. And not to get us off topic, but just so everyone knows, cigarette butt filters are not paper. They are plastic fibers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that would be a good time for me to say, if you want to quit smoking, if that disgusts you and you want to talk to somebody about it, certainly not only will Treasure Coast Community Health support that initiative, but we do have Kylie Savoy here as our Quit Doc leader in the community. And she organizes and does a lot of coordination for people to take various quit smoking assists with patches and nicotine gum, and you can get a 1 hour how-to, or you can come with a group of friends or new friends for 6 to 8 weeks. There's all kinds of ways to say to yourself and then act on it, no, this is not doing me any good. It's not doing the environment any good. It's a waste of money. It's a bad habit. So there's my lecture for health.
I gotta always have those.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Lessons. You can't, because no one wants their kid digging into a beach that's full of like cigarette butts.
Yeah,
that's not what you want your children to touch.
No, absolutely. And while I'm on the soapbox, and I will stop because we will have a word from our sponsors very quickly. If you think vaping is better for you, think again. Okay, it's just a different collection of chemicals, and it's bam right in your lungs instead of smoke that we all share. But it still is a hazard to your health. So, so there are other teams that are going to be coming out on Saturday. Not that we wouldn't all want to work with you, Kendra, but what other things are going on International Day? Are there other things in Sebastian or along our riverfront here in Vero?
To the best of my knowledge, I believe every public park will have a team assigned to it throughout the county. Keep Indian River Beautiful has been managing all of our site captains throughout the county. So I do believe that every single public park will have a team. So if there's a park or a public space that's closer to you that you want to join, you can reach out to Keep Indian River Beautiful, and they can definitely help get you connected with the captain that's closest to you.
And it's really open to everyone.
Absolutely.
Little kids, big kids, old kids like me.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Bring out your inner kid. Come clean up some trash, right?
Well, it sounds kind of weird, like we all don't have our own chores to do at home, but the feel good afterwards is just immense. And particularly because, at least on the ocean ones, you collect it and put it all in the same spot. So while you individually might not have felt like you made much of a difference, when you put it all together, you realize that we do make a difference.
Absolutely.
Positive or negative. And there's a lot of things to be said for that.
Yes.
So we're going to take a short break so our sponsors can have a word with our audience as well, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about your new fun initial derby.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Vicki Soule, CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health. Indian River County is one of the top 10 richest counties in Florida. Yet, half of our families are underserved in medical, dental, and behavioral health care. TCCH, a nonprofit, believes in health care for all. Children need well checks, women need mammograms, men need annual physicals. Please consider partnering with TCCH to help meet the needs of our community. 100% of your gifts stay here. To donate, visit tcchinc.org.
Affordable Water has made great tasting water even more affordable. Right now, get a free reverse osmosis drinking water system with qualifying purchases, or free salt delivery for 6 months. Enjoy clean, pure, crisp tasting water from Affordable Water right away. Call now. Affordable Water.
Call 589-7677 for your H2O. Call the Pure Water Pros. Affordable water.
Are you becoming a realtor, contractor, mold remediator, guardian? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
This is iHeartMedia's Treasure Coast Connection.
The Treasure Coast Connection is brought to you by New Vision Eye Center.
Are you feeling blue? Going for a walk outside will surely lift your spirits. Walking releases endorphins and gets you out in nature. Studies indicate that walkers scored significantly higher on vitality, enthusiasm, pleasure, and self-esteem, and lower on tension, depression, and fatigue after they walked outside. Feeling down once in a while is normal, but if you're feeling depressed on a regular basis, you may want to consult a mental health professional. New Horizons is the largest mental health and substance abuse agency in the area, with help just a phone call away 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Call New Vision Eye Center for a consultation or second opinion. Your eyesight deserves world-class eye care. Visit newvisioneyecenter.com or call 772-257-8700.
And welcome back to Community Conversations. If you're just joining, I'm Vicki Soule, CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health. We provide primary medical, dental, and behavioral health services to all people, regardless of their ability to pay. So if you have insurance, wonderful. If you don't, call us anyways. We'll provide a sliding fee scale assessment, tell you what your fees would be. They're very, very, very reasonable because we want to keep you healthy. And we want to keep the planet healthy, too. So we're talking today with Kendra Cope. She is from Coastal Connections. Actually, she's not from there. She is Coastal Connections founder, and a joy to be around because she helps us understand that while turtles are fascinating and wonderful to have on our beaches, they're not the only thing. They're about 3 months out of our complete 12 months of living by the water. And what can we do to make that environment better? So if you just joined us, you're going to have to roll back to our Facebook page and listen to the beginning where we talked about the International Coastal
Cleanup
Day. I always get
it's a lot.
It's a lot of words. Which is coming up on September 18th. And Keep Indian River Beautiful is the chair group of that. So if you're looking for a place to make a difference, look them up on the website or give them a call and find out just where you can meet others for just 2 hours.
Yep.
It's beautiful. It's early in the morning. Rain's not expected in the morning.
It'll be cooler.
It'll be cooler. The supplies will be there.
Yep.
You will be amazed at how many old friends and new friends you will see there.
Absolutely.
But we've got something else to talk about.
Yeah.
We've got a new event. It is a fundraiser, but it's also fun raising.
Yeah.
So tell us more about it.
So this is our inaugural Recycle Derby event that we're talking about. So we have International Coastal Cleanup this weekend on September 18th, but the following weekend, September 25th, is where the crazy is going down. We're so excited. We're going to have some fun raising.
And where else would crazy be happening but Walking Tree Brewery, right?
Of course. What an event space for that. So yes, we have teamed up with Walking Tree Brewery to put on a soapbox derby race called the Recycle Derby. And the reason is because all of the vehicles that are raced in this fun obstacle layout that we have set up will be made out of 75% of materials that are either recyclable or reusable. So no, we want to eliminate all of those single-use items or anything that can't go into a recycle effort.
So a lot of cardboard.
Metal, tires.
Okay.
You have your paper and your styrofoam, but yes, so we all know that you can't make a car perfectly out of, everything recyclable, but if we want to be aiming for that 75% magic number right there.
Okay. So when you call it a soapbox derby, that makes me think of the Cub Scout soapbox derbies, okay, where they created them, but the engine was pedal power. Is this the same?
Exactly. The engine is human powered. So it is going to have to be a vehicle that one driver can be in, whether you're on it, in it, under it, whatever it is, however you want to get it to the finish line. It has to be man-powered either by you as a driver or your team. And
so you could, if it's broad enough, you could push.
Yep,
3 or 4 people push.
You could push it, roll it, drag it, sled it, chariot style it. We don't care. We just want you to cross that finish line all in one piece.
Okay.
Because the winner is not chosen just about speed from their speed. They're also chosen from their creativity and their showmanship to really bring light the importance of having a good time when you do the right recycling. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, if I were having my family do this, I would pick the littlest guy because he'd be the easiest to push, but he's 11. And since this is in the parking lot of Walking Tree Brewery, does that eliminate him because he's not of drinking age?
Our running joke is we don't, it's true. We do not promote drunk driving whatsoever. But since this is our first event, we definitely want to make sure that our drivers are 21 and up. But that doesn't mean all of your team members have to be 21 and up.
Okay.
So you can involve some younger team members as long as your driver is of age.
I love it. I love it. So since this is about recycling, is there like a tutorial? Are there rules? Are there things that people can or should do in these next 2 weeks to better prepare themselves to create this awesome awesome vehicle and win the prize. What is the prize, by the way?
The prize is the best part. So no matter if you drink or not, we have made a prize that you'll love. It's up to $800 cash.
Nice.
And beer for a year.
Beer for a year.
I know.
Now,
So
you would
either
think-
one of them, it's a combined package for first place. And then our second and third place also have cash prizes and amazing swag. And we also, I think my favorite might be the epic fail. So if you just completely fail, you're getting a golden trash can.
Aw.
It's going to be wonderful. We can't wait. But yes, it is a very inspiring first place prize, which means, and it's pennies to enter. It's only $10 a person. We need teams of 2 to 4.
Okay.
So you're putting in a little bit of money as a donation in hopes of winning a massive grand prize for just having a good time.
Absolutely.
And the best part is your car is going to be able to be recycled at the end of the event. And so the public and the spectators that come out to enjoy the fun are going to watch you as you break down your car, and our volunteers help you sort it so that it can all be recycled or reused.
So if you were part of the team that prepared and did the, yes, I can include this, no, I can't do that, you can still learn from it in a fun way afterwards. That's
Absolutely.
incredible.
We're going to have tons of educational messages throughout the day talking about what can and cannot go in your blue recycling bins.
Okay.
And what can be taken to a local convenience center. Our county is phenomenal for offering these convenience centers, and they provide a great space to recycled hazardous waste or metal or your styrofoam. Those things cannot go in your blue bins, but they can be properly disposed of and reused.
I was amazed when I went out there with my son the other day, and there were piles of TVs, old TVs, and tires and things that you wouldn't typically think about recycling.
Exactly.
And it's just phenomenal. So is there a list? I mean, we don't want everybody going to the convenience center just as a drive-through.
No, yeah. There is a list. You can find that list on our registration packet, which can be found online at coastal-connections.org or from our Facebook page. We have an event coming up and live, and all the links are provided there.
Okay.
So we do have a short PDF packet. It does have the list of all the materials that can be used and what will be broken down at the end of the event. And then, we'll be, again, throughout the event, teaching people about what can go in your blue bin. For instance, not everything that's plastic can actually be recycled.
Yes, I'm learning that from my children. I'm like, Mom, I'm like, no.
Yeah, so things always need to be cleaned out before they're recycled. We typically will have a plastic cup with a straw in it, and it's easier for us to throw all of it in the recycling bin when reality is the straw has to be disposed of in the trash when the cup can go in the recycling bin. So it's just making those small adjustments like that help minimize contamination.
And the plastic top on it, yes, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just the straw. Because the straw gets stuck in the machinery. And so it's not that the material that makes the straw is incorrect. It's that the shape and the size of that material will accidentally clog and break the machinery. And
Similar
that
to our
costs us a
plastic
lot.
bags.
Very similar to plastic bags. You got it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, Publix is still collecting plastic bags.
Yes.
As well as the thrift stores like to have those plastic shopping bags backed so that they can distribute. So,
Correct.
Again, there's lots of ways to recycle. It doesn't necessarily have to go in a blue bin.
Yes.
So I bet you're very excited to see who's coming out.
We cannot wait. We have some really cool leads on some fun cars that are going to get raced. I think Walking Tree Brewery might be so excited. They're entering 2 cars.
Wow.
They can't wait. They're so pumped. We hopefully our veterans, our next gen veterans are coming out. We hope that they join us. And we also hope that individuals like the VW Club and some other groups around town will be joining us.
Maybe the Jeep guys will come out.
The Jeep folks
There you
should
go.
totally
Yeah.
come. Let's design a Jeep car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what time is it again? We said Saturday the 25th. What time?
The event will be going on from 12 to 4.
Okay.
And the best part about that is there's going to be another event for Lines in the Lagoon happening right after us. So it's just an all-day event about coastal environmental protection, and it's just going to be a wonderful day.
They still have the food trucks out there?
Yep, there's going to be 2 food trucks, I believe, and just lots of fun. Tons of vendors. We have local candle makers and soap
Kendra,
makers.
stop.
I can't.
We'll just go on and on and on.
On and on.
Okay. It's been so good, and I'm glad that you came time out, but we are overtime again. So again, we hope to see you out there. Check our Facebook page at Treasure Coast Community Health for more information. And above all, have a safe and happy rest of the day.